From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
A warning this weekend that it's always fire season in Montana, especially with those high winds threatening to fan flames. We're going to have a little bit more of that today. Miller has those details. And as the final weeks of the Biden presidency wind down, President-elect Donald Trump is laying out his plans for the next 4 years. Much to come on that. Plus, many studies show the benefits of reading to children that go beyond literacy. We've got a great piece there for our young parents in just a few minutes. Good morning and welcome to Montana This Morning on this Monday, December 9th. I'm Augusta McDonnell here with Miller Robson.
Man, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Augusta.
Good morning, and we've got Showdown on the weather cam behind us. Showdown, where I learned to ski.
Well, really now? Yeah, I think you've told us that story before. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. There you go. Look at that snow up there.
Yeah. And we are seeing some snow across the area, even seeing some snow here in Billings. Not much snow, nothing really to make a dent in those deficits. We'll show you that in just a second. Hey, we're coming off a very warm day yesterday, a good 18 degrees above the normal, high getting up to about 55, our low getting down to about 33. We saw some record warm temperatures overnight. Across the weekend. Also some record daytime temperatures. We'll talk about that coming up here in just a bit, but it's going to be much cooler today. Pretty seasonal for a good portion of the area. Top gust yesterday at 57 miles an hour. Still seeing some strong winds out there, especially on the eastern side of the state. Seeing a little bit of snow out there this morning, but you can see our moisture totals for the month and for the year. Well, we continue to make a dent, and the snow totals, well, we just don't even want to talk about that. But we are seeing some snow this morning. Billings sitting at 30 at the airport. Feels like 21. Winds out of the north at about 12 miles an hour. So here in Billings, the winds are starting to subside just a bit. Still kind of strong around Sheridan and over to our east. Temperatures right now in the 20s and 30s. You can see a little bit of snow out there, especially around Bighorn County. A good bit of snow falling there. And there are your winds starting to taper off. But we do have a winter weather advisory in effect still for those purple shaded areas. I'll tell you all about that. And our week ahead, for most of us, dry and warmer than average. But how warm? I'll let you know coming up.
All right, Miller, thanks for tracking all those details. And like he was saying, with those winds, a warning that it is always fire season in Montana. Those high winds over the weekend threatened to fan flames in Rosebud County and Bighorn County as 2 grass fires sparked this weekend. But as Alina Howder reports, it's just another reminder for the community and firefighters to stay on high alert.
This wind pummeling the town of Pryor made it difficult for community members as they worked to tackle the fire that occurred behind me Saturday. And with no snow on the ground, residents say it's unusual for this time of the year. This isn't what Derek Big Day expected to see when he stepped outside his Pryor home Saturday.
I looked toward the hills and here that fire was going rapidly.
A grass fire creeping from the town dump towards his sister's house.
The wind is really unusual right now.
Firefighters from the station about a mile down the road wouldn't be there for around 90 minutes.
The first responders were the Fish and Game. He showed up right away.
Which meant family members and friends took firefighting into their own hands.
The fire was pretty much controlled within a half hour to an hour because of the locals that came together.
With over 24 seasons under his belt as a wildland firefighter.
The winds are different. They seem stronger over the years because I've realized that myself.
Jace Big Day has noticed changes in the weather over the years.
About this time of year, we have that 4 feet of snow. Like from the 80s till today, the weather pattern is different.
With no snow on the ground.
It's been dry.
James Wilson, who spent 28 years as a firefighter, says the climate they've been experiencing is unusual.
The way that fire spread with the wind is, I would say, normal because of the conditions, but not normal because of the time of year.
Keeping him and other residents on high alert.
If you're out smoking a cigarette or building a campfire or whatever, be cautious of the wind because it can take off and destroy a lot of territory.
Community members looking out for one another when Mother Nature has different plans.
That was a good thing that they did, especially all the young men. There was a lot of young men that showed up, and they were the ones that really basically put out the fires.
In Pryor, Alina Howder, MTN News.
Alina, thanks so much. And we're keeping an eye on the climate for you. Here's a few headlines you need to know. Meta has put out a request for proposals on a major energy project. The parent company of Facebook is asking for plans from nuclear energy developers for projects that can create 1 to 4 gigawatts of new nuclear power here in the United States. The company says it believes using nuclear energy is a clean way to support the electric grid as it looks to meet the massive demands of artificial intelligence. Meta is just the latest tech company getting involved in nuclear energy. Amazon, Google, and Microsoft have already announced their own nuclear projects. And a new study published in the journal Nature finds that the Arctic could experience its first ice-free summer day before 2030 and possibly even by 2027. While researchers acknowledge that projection is unlikely, they say that rising greenhouse gas emissions make it possible. The majority of researchers' simulations predict the earliest ice-free day in the Arctic, something they call an ominous milestone for the planet to occur within 7 and 20 years from now. And the Pope-mobile is going electric. Mercedes-Benz delivered the first electric Pope-mobile, a modified G-Class, to Pope Francis this past week. The German company, which has been making cars for the Pope since 1930, said the vehicle sends a clear call for electromobility and decarbonization. And as the final weeks of the Biden presidency wind down, President-elect Donald Trump is laying out his plans for the next 4 years. This includes everything from immigration to tariffs. CBS's Naomi Ruckham takes us through the new plans and promises ahead of next month's transition.
During a whirlwind weekend overseas, President-elect Donald Trump was met with warmth and handshakes by international leaders. And on Sunday, he appeared on NBC's Meet the Press, covering a wide array of promises for his second term. On immigration, Trump spoke of plans to deport those in the country illegally.
I don't want to be breaking up families, so the only way you don't break up the family is you keep them together and you have to send them all back.
Proposals from the incoming administration have put some immigrants and temporary residents on high alert. At the University of Southern California, administrators issued an email urging international students to return from holiday break before the president-elect takes office.
There's a lot of things happening that I didn't think would affect me as quickly as it would, and it's for sure very, unsettling.
Trump also reiterated plans to implement new tariffs, but said he cannot guarantee they won't push up prices for consumers.
Tariffs, properly used, are a very powerful tool, not only economically, but also for getting other things outside of economics.
On the issue of pardons and prosecutions, Mr. Trump said he's looking to pardon the rioters who attacked the Capitol on January 6th. The president-elect says he will not go after political rivals, but did say he'd like to see some members of the January 6th Select Committee behind bars. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
President-elect Donald Trump has also announced that his personal lawyer, Alina Habba, will serve as counselor to the president during his upcoming second term. Habba has served as part of Trump's legal team across several of his criminal and civil trials. And a Washington, D.C. subcommittee held a hearing last week to discuss what they say is an unnecessary increase in airline fees. This hearing comes at a time when airfare is becoming more expensive, just in time for the busy holiday travel that hits each year. Airline executives from United, Spirit, Delta, Frontier, and American testified to the committee that the additional fees are necessary and make the overall experience more affordable. The committee had results from their own report contradicting that statement, saying that 5 airlines have generated $12.4 billion in seat fee revenue from 2018 to 2023. Travelers in Billings on Sunday say a change is needed with flying becoming overwhelmingly expensive.
We're bringing a bag, we're going on your airline, and you're going to charge me for my bag because it has to come with me? A lot of people can't afford that. It's unfortunate that this is America, and they'll rip you off as much as they can.
As of now, no formal decisions about the future of these fees have been made. And with it being December now, hitting the golf course is no easy task. Here in Montana, that can mean a few months off from the game. But now there's a new golf simulator in Laurel, making sure golfers can keep those irons sharp. Located on East Main Street, Off the Cart Path offers 3 sporting simulators that use sensors to track your movements. This offers feedback before you even hit the green. There's also plenty of other types of sports to choose from, like soccer, football, and even a zombie-themed dodgeball. Owner Marcus Beekler opened the business after noticing a lack of indoor options for families in Laurel. As an avid sports fan, he hopes to welcome golfers of all levels.
You can come in and kind of keep your swing during the winter, and you don't have to kind of dust off the cobwebs when the snow melts outside.
They held their grand opening Saturday, and they're going to be open 6 days a week. Many studies show the benefits of reading to children that go beyond literacy. Now the American Academy of Pediatrics is putting a spotlight on the positive parenting practice of shared reading. As Michael George tells us, it should start when children are infants.
Ooh, yummy, yummy.
1-year-old Saori is trying to eat the delicious fruit she sees in her favorite book. Her mom, Julissa Augusta, started reading to her when she was just an infant.
She was licking the book. She wanted that blueberry. They still are able to understand the concepts that you give them, no matter how small you think they are.
The American Academy of Pediatrics says it's something all parents and caregivers should be doing, reading aloud with newborns and young children, because the positive parenting practice has benefits for a lifetime.
We've known for years that young children who have parents who look at books with them and talk to them, that their language development is improved. Those positive experiences also shape the child's social and emotional development, shape the child's excitement later on when it comes time to go to school.
Study author Dr. Perry Klass says print books are best for young children.
Holding the book, turning the pages, all of that helps young children understand how the books work and how they can elicit from their parents the kinds of reactions and language that they want to hear.
The AAP says pediatricians should encourage shared reading at least through kindergarten.
Lola's daddy reads a story.
The Augusta's pediatrician works with Reach Out and Read, which provides books in low-income communities in New York at child well visits.
I want my kids to know that no matter where they live, what era they come from, we can have a window into another world through reading. You love cheese.
A world filled with discovery and adventures. Michael George, CBS News.
The AAP emphasizes that while touchscreens and other electronic devices are popular for reading, they do not offer the same interactive benefits of reading a print book together.